All right, hello and welcome to this very first playthrough of the casting of Frank Stone. Last time we played through Chapter 13, Murder Mill. Didn't take long, and now we're going to play through Chapter 14, which is apparently called The Massacre at Gerant Manor. So we better stay on our toes in this one. I don't want to lose any more people than we already have. We've already lost Jaime, Stan, and Bonnie. (12:18 a.m. Observatory). We're playing as Sam, apparently. He's gonna walk right through that fucking film, isn't he? Come on, you guys know that's what's about to happen. Fucking straight out of the ring, right?
You got your damn movie? What more do you want?
Yeah, you knew that was happening.
You lied to me.
I did no such thing.
Augustine, why can't I remember that?
You promised me.
It is no fault of mine if you misinterpreted what I promised you.
My mom just died. You knew I was grieving, and you took advantage of me.
A traveler is only as strong as its vessel.
You got a hell of a lot to answer for, and a lot of hell to pay.
Time to run. You guys should have already started. You knew that was gonna happen. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Well. Don't blink. Don't blink. I'm gonna rip her fucking head off. She doesn't even look like she's panicking. She doesn't even look like she's panicking. I like the button mash ones. I can usually do those, but this, you help Chris pull free from Frank Stone's grasp. The first time, he just grabbed her again. Okay, come on, baby. Okay, it doesn't seem there's anything we could have done about that, but that's definitely a death. We were pulled into Frank Stone's grasp trying to free Chris.
Go now! Now! Now!
Alright. Watch for the QTEs. Oh, Christ. Okay. Why did her eyes flash like that? Let's see. What's going on here? Okay, we're doing some Freddy Krueger shit now. What's happening? I'm ready, I'm ready. Okay. For a second I thought that was gonna be credits, and I was like, no fucking way, I would have been super disappointed. I believe we are close to the end, but I need to know that every character is either safe or dead.
Please tell me you understand
What the fuck just happened back there?
Yeah.
Blacksmith's hammer.
I wish I knew.
Last trinket. We might be on a time limit here.
If we can get that working, we could probably power the elevator.
Let's try it.
More generator fixing, of course. Are we gonna actually have to have a minigame this time?
I think the generator still works, but it's missing some parts. Surprise, surprise.
Okay, we need to go. Frank's, Dr. Lieber, and Augustine are one and the same. Yeah, we knew that. Okay, here we go. God, they're razor thin now. Nailing them. Don't jinx it, Nick. Whew. For all I knew, that could be having that power could be bad news.
The elevator?
Guess we're gonna find out.
Oh my Christ in heaven. Run, Linda, somebody do something! Oh my God, these people don't want to die. Or I'm gonna help Maddie, I guess.
Stay away from her, you son of a bitch! Sam?
Okay, well, we definitely would have lost at least one of them at that point.
Shit.
Maddie is grateful you chose to protect her.
Oh, Linda.
You escaped the Mancy's corridors? Mancy's corridors? With Maddie? Madison, 12:27 a.m. Horologium. Am I saying that right? Horologium? It's Horologium. It's gotta be.
How the fuck did I ever end up here?
Madison, I'm so glad we're finally able to talk one-on-one.
The fuck are you? What have you done?
Ah, yes. A regrettably unavoidable series of misfortunes. I don't expect you to understand everything at play here, but suffice it to say, one cannot make a proverbial omelet without breaking the proverbial eggs.
Eggs? We're not fucking eggs. You lied. You cheated, manipulated, and now there's some kind of horrible monster hunting us.
I have never lied to you.
Give me a fucking break, lady.
I can make your nightmares go away. I will make them go away.
When you're
All
dead.
This pain. All this trauma. Gone. You just need to tell me you want me to.
No, go fuck yourself.
Let me just think it over. Go fuck yourself.
Then
That
I'm
sounds like a-
very sorry.
That sounds like a I'm gonna kill you.
Not.
I wasn't gonna. You encountered Augustine in the Horologium before escaping. Before escaping? Okay. Watch for the QTEs. The X one is the one you really need to be worried about. Oh my god, I can't believe we got one. Well, that's 2 in a row, actually. Alright, so if it's an X, be prepared for X. If it's button mashing, you can do it no matter what. The X is the one that will catch you off guard. Let's at least get Maddie out of this fucking house, please. There's no way I'm gonna fail a button mashing thing unless the difficulty is just absolutely horrendous. The X one I could fuck up at any time. You escaped Frankstone and the Mansa? Does that mean mansion? You gonna walk back in? Seems like maybe you could. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Let's go. Let's do it. Excuse me! Oh, I was pushing the wrong analog stick. I was like, why is it fighting back? I mean, honestly... Oh no. Oh, what is this shit? Are you kidding me? The cursed pocket mirror reacted to the screen and killed you? Oh, give me a break! Are you serious? Fuck off. Give me a fucking break. There's no way I could have known about that. The cursed that's the first time we even heard that the pocket mirror was cursed. Jesus Christ. Well, we're losing people left and right now. I guess Sam's not technically dead. But we're gonna count him as dead.
Is finally the man he was meant to be. My champion. A killer worthy of the entity. The bleed between worlds is open, split apart by sacrifice and violence. All will be swallowed by the entity's power. And what of me? The one who served up this world for it to devour. I'll oblige as its faithful servant, existing only to drink in its knowledge, share in its glory. I am Augustine Lieber, and I have brought the entity to your world.
I get the feeling, well, I get the feeling that if you save everyone, you can actually stop all this, which is pretty cool. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems that way. That you could actually, like, it would take a lot, though. Like, you'd have to save everybody. Oh, Jesus. Well, they're just gonna kill her, right? Don't need her anymore.
All these lifetimes of toil and torment, all for this beautiful moment of sublime perfection. Almost unbearably so. I bear to you the offerings,
I humbly await my reward for
Yeah,
loyal service.
she's dead.
Unending.
We're not going to count that as a death. I would say that it's quite clear that she is not among the people that we want to save. Oh, Jesus. Boy just likes to chop. You know? He doesn't discriminate. Okay. That might be the end. Oh no, not quite.
Freak. Come on. Come on. Damn it.
Can we at least get Maddie out of here?
Shit.
Linda's still alive somewhere. Linda's not dead yet. That's all that's left in this reality. Just Maddie and Linda. Right? Yeah. Now we're in the woods. Okay. Feels like maybe the wrong place to be, but whatever.
Any advice for your old gal, Maddie Bear Mom? Sure could use a little help right now. Any help at all? Thanks.
There's no way that anything that's in that place is going to be good. Are you kidding me? Prescriptions? It's the pharmacy from 1980.
Okay, now this can't be real, right? That's not really there.
Are we sure this is a good idea?
This is the only way we know for certain. And we have to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Sam, Robert, and Linda developed the film. So how did Bonnie get a hold of the film? Well, I guess it's a different reality, so maybe she didn't in this reality.
It's in there, all right.
What do we do with it?
We separate it. We each take a piece. Then we take them as far away from each other as we possibly can, and we never, never let them come back together again.
Linda saw Frank Stone trapped in the film.
That can't be our only option.
I wish I had a better idea. But we have to live with what happened. And the Riveras. The Riveras. We can't let it hurt anyone else.
Okay.
Film strips never should have come back together.
Sam, Robert, and Linda agreed to split the film.
Whatever happens next is my responsibility. Mine. You just need to go live your life. Never think about this again. Never tell anyone about what happened. You were never part of it. You don't know anything. You understand?
Sam, Robin, and Linda vowed to keep the film separate. Then how did Bob...
Awake, unsure where I am.
Whoa, Augustine. What are you talking about?
Memory floods back and I know. Our world is gone. Consumed by a living realm beyond space, beyond time. Thanks to me.
Well, now, wait a minute. Looks like we've got two options here. Pick up? Pick up what? Augustine's ring. How can it be here? How do you know it's Augustine's ring? The fuck is that? The trickster?
Freak.
Okay. A little immersion breaking. It's like an anime character. And I guess anime exists in this universe. Or whatever that thing is. I don't know what that is. It's a little too colorful for everything else that's going on in this game. Alright, now what's this? At 22 minutes, this is already the longest chapter we've had in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maddie discovered the campfire in the woods.
Linda?
Okay, what's this? What's going on here?
Did anyone else?
Who are these people?
Not all of us.
Sam Green. He was just trying to help, and now he's...
He paid a heavy price. More than we'll ever know.
What? Who are these other people?
Chris? On your way here?
No. I'm sorry.
What did happen to Augustine?
I saw her on my way out.
And?
She had something she wanted to say, but it wasn't worth hearing. Who are they?
That's what I'm wondering.
They were here long before I came.
I don't like this. We need to keep going. Come on.
Go where?
Wait, why haven't you kept going? Why are you just sitting here?
It's a good question. Who are these other people? I need to be ready for... Oh, for fuck's sake! Well, I thought it was going to have me play as him for a second. That would have been an interesting choice. Yeah, he's coming, guys.
He's almost here. We have to run.
Wait.
Why isn't it coming after us?
It's been waiting. Just like we all have.
What are you talking about?
For you.
What?
Everyone's arrived. Now we can begin.
I want to go home.
Run, Maddie.
This is all there is.
There's obviously something up
Whether
here.
killing or surviving, the entity will play with our souls for all eternity. An endless hunt of fear and hope, pain and sacrifice, from which even death is no escape. And now, let the trial begin.
It's like a setup for the game. Is that okay? Yeah, completed the story. Okay, all right. All right, we did it. That's credits, baby. Let's go. Let's talk about the ups and downs of the casting of Frank Stone, shall we? Let me turn this down just a bit. So, I have played every Supermassive game there is, and I have loved every single one of them. Some are better than others, but the worst one is still good, in my opinion. And the best ones are amazing. I think that this series does an excellent job. The best job. Let me start over. There is a sub-genre of video games that I call choose-your-own-adventure games, because I don't know what else to call them. There are these games where you have narrative-driven stories, and you have a lot of QTEs and or dialogue choices that affect the story going forward. And those range anywhere from games like the Telltale series, where little details change here and there, but mainly the story stays the same, to games like this, where whole scenes are different, it's not just the ending that changes, like whole scenes are different, realities are different. People die, live or die all throughout the game, and the end can be totally different from playthrough to playthrough, right? Even the middle can be totally different. This series does the best job of that. They do a better job than the Telltale games. They do a better job than Life is Strange. They do a better job than the Quantic Dream games, which are like Detroit Become Human, Beyond Two Souls, those games. I think they're probably second best at it, but Supermassive does the best job, and their horror, which I've always loved horror anyway. So these are my favorite of those games because they do a lot of those games. You basically, like Life is Strange is a great example. That's a great series. Don't get me wrong, but there are only little details that change here and there, and then the ending that changes. That's it. Everything else is pretty much you're getting the same scenes, the same dialogue choices, no matter what. Pretty much. This series just does not work like that. It really works like the old Choose Your Own Adventure books, if you're old enough to remember. I don't know, maybe they're still around. Where you will thumb through it, and you go to page 57 if you make this choice, and then, get to a certain point in the book where you just get an ending. And you have to read through the book 20 or 30 times to get all the endings. If I play Life is Strange 2 again right now, I could get a different ending if I chose a different choice right at the end. But other than that, I'm going to have the same experience. I lost multiple people. I lost 5, as you can see from the death counter. And so I lost more than most. I lost most of them. And so if I played again, knowing that certain choices are going to lead to death and things like that, I would get whole scenes that I didn't get to see. And you can tell... That's one of I wouldn't call it a drawback, but it's one of it comes with the territory with this game that because it works like that and because things do change so much, you'll have whole scenes that are kind of cut up at the end because there are characters missing and whole areas of the game that aren't happening now because you lose a character early or something like that. But this series does the best job of that, of recreating that feeling like I'm reading one of those Choose Your Own Adventure books. And it's horror, and I love horror. So, and you're dealing with whether you can save everyone or not. And not pretty much, every single one of these games, that is the goal, is to save everyone. And you can, in every single one of them, I believe. But it's hard to do, especially when you're playing on the hardest difficulty like I was. And so I was not successful. But... I don't replay games, but if I did, these games would be on the top of my list because I'm very curious to see what it looks like. I definitely got the feeling in this game, like if I had done everything right, there would have been a very specific ending that would have unlocked I'm pretty sure that that's true. And that's true in it's more true in some games that Supermassive does than others, but in this game in particular, it felt like I could have unlocked a very specific ending, like a true good canon ending or something, if I had saved everyone. But we failed to do the task or whatever because we didn't have enough people, you know? So, I loved that. As far as this game specifically, so that first, this game had more of a sense than ever that, like, the ending could have been, like, at the end, well, I don't want to spoil it, but Until Dawn, the difference in the ending is just how many people you saved. Oh, you saved 7 people instead of 4. Good job. You know, and maybe you get an achievement for that or something. But in this game, it felt like the whole end would have been different if I had saved everyone. Like, it would have all gone a totally different direction. That was also true in the Quarry. The Quarry, there's like a very specific set of things you can do that you can unlock a later part of the story and continue doing something. And I actually got really close in the Quarry and then messed it up at the end. This gave me that feel too, and I love that. I love that. So I like that this game, even though it's one of the shorter ones, it had more complexity than something like The Devil in Me or House of Ashes or something. I feel like it had a lot of complexity. I liked that. As far as complaints, I don't think I have any objective complaints. Here's one. So this is tied in with the DBD universe, right? Dead by Daylight. And so there were some collectibles that were clearly referencing stuff in the Dead by Daylight universe that I don't know anything about. I've never played that game. I've watched a few minutes of it here and there on Twitch, but I've never played it. And I don't really, and I've never watched any of it at length. So I don't know anything about it. But there were some collectibles that obviously would have been a lot more satisfying if I knew about Dead by Daylight. It definitely catered to that some. So that was lost on me. And without spoiling anything, the way that the game resolved at the end made it seem like it was setting up what Dead by Daylight is, which is kind of cool, but again, it's lost on me because I actually thought that was kind of hokey, and it's not that satisfying to me because I don't know anything about Dead by Daylight. But I'll tell you what, if I love this series of games as much as I did, and I love Dead by Daylight, this would be my favorite Supermassive game probably, because it really does lean into that stuff a little bit. There's a lot of generator fixing. And that is one thing that I know happens in DBD. So, and I enjoyed those parts of the game. They did a really good job of integrating that stuff with like mini games and stuff in a way that I don't know how that mini game works in DBD, but like I fucked it up once and I paid for it because I didn't get the generator running in time. And I've seen clips on Twitch and TikTok and stuff of people not getting the generator going in time and the killer coming up and like hooking them or whatever they do with them. And that happened a lot, that kind of thing. A lot of hooks in this game. And yeah, I usually got through the generator minigame, but there was one time I did not, and I paid for it. And so there are some real stakes in this game. As far as any other critiques, it was buggy. It was buggy. This is day 2 of the game existing. I will say there was a patch that came through earlier this morning, and since then things have been much better. But the game, it never crashed, but there were a lot of weird, not quite T-posing, but there would be situations where after a cutscene would start and the would end and the gameplay would start, everyone would go like this and then just rollerblade, like they weren't walking, they would just teleport like to where they were supposed to be. There was some of that weird stuff going on, and there was one time at the beginning where a really funny bug happened where my character, I turned around in a really quick circle and my character's head got turned around on his body. And so his head was facing forward, but his chest was facing toward the camera. It was pretty messed up, actually. It was hilarious, but obviously it's not supposed to work like that. And it did kind of it was distracting. But nothing game breaking. Nothing too serious. Overall, I really, really love these games. The only hard question for me for this game, as far as how I'm going to rank it, is where it's going to rank among the other ones. I know it's not going to rank as high as The Quarry, because that game has just a level of depth, and that because of its length and because it's a full-fledged title, that it's not going to rank as high as that. I think the next highest one I have is Little Hope, which I really loved, and I think this one's in that ballpark. So I don't know if I liked it better or worse, but if I liked it even nearly as much as Little Hope, then that's a good thing. I loved it. I always love these games, though. They're so good if you like that kind of choose your own adventure format, and if you like horror. The only other, you know what? I'll throw one other piece of critique out there. It actually wasn't that scary most of the time. This game usually these games usually have a ton of jump scares. There was only one that I can remember in this game. There's not a lot of jump scares. There is a lot of tension. But I wasn't actually super scared very often. I was intrigued and enthralled with the story. I thought all that was very interesting. They do some weird cockamamie stuff in the story. It's a little bit of timey-wimey hijinks kind of stuff, but it's fine. It doesn't really bother me. It's probably not the story I would have chosen, but it didn't bother me. I thought it was fine. But it actually, now that I think of it, something like The Quarry was way scarier. Little Hope was way scarier. I'd actually say Little Hope is the scariest of all of them. House of Ashes, maybe on that level more, because that one was about like vampires or something. That one was less scary. I'd say it's probably more on that, where it was very cool, but it wasn't really that scary. I'll have to think about it. But this is definitely not the scariest Dark Pictures game, or is it even that? It's not the scariest supermassive game. I'd say it's on the lower end, actually. All right. But I did love it. I really, really, just the format of the game is so satisfying to me. All right, let's go ahead and hit continue, and whatever this is, we'll cut it out of the my review video. What is this? Is Jaime going to come out of there? That's where Chris came out. Who would it be? Who could it possibly be? Augustina? Augustine? Is that her name? Maybe her? That would make some sense. It's probably just not going to show us. It's lingering long enough. It's going to show something. It is Augustine. It's her ring. Oh, I turned it down, didn't I? The Destiny realized in Fire Steel and Celluloid, the champion. 12 of 12. That's interesting. Cunning Room 4 unlocked. Use the Cunning Room flow to see your current path through the story. You can jump to previously played points in the story and change outcomes, unlock different branches, and find collectibles you may have missed. We're not going to be doing any of that. Plunderer's Instinct unlocked. You'll be able to use Plunderer's Instinct when in close range to a collectible trinket. When activated, the aura of collectible trinkets is revealed. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Actually, I wouldn't mind looking at this. Timeline that tracks the story. You can see your current path. Places where the story branches. You can jump to previously played points in the story to change outcomes. Okay. Look at this, man. There's so much other stuff that could have happened. Oh, you can see the percentages, too. Oh my god. Holy god damn, dude. 62%, 90. Okay, well, we're not going to look through all of this, but this is what I'm talking about, man. Like, there's a lot going on here. Anyway, all right, we're done. Okay, last order of business. The casting of Frank Stone. It has been a joy, but we are now going to delete you from our console and never play you again. Bye! Good job, love you! Alright, we did it. That's it for the casting of Frank Stone. Just a brief roadmap for the rest of the next few days in case you're interested. Today is September 4th, 2024. The next game doesn't come out until the 6th, so depending on a couple of things, I might try and squeeze in an old retro game, like a one-day game. I need to play the next Castlevania game. It's some obscure old NES something or other, I think. It's like a Japanese-only Castlevania or something. I don't know. And anyway, it would be a one-day game. So I might do that, or I might just take that time and relax and make some YouTube videos or something. I don't know. In any case, I may do that, I may not. Outside of that, I'm really just going to be doing this for the next 3 weeks. After Astrobot, I'll probably have time for one game, but I don't know what that will be. It will depend on how long it takes me to beat Astrobot. And then after that, it's just one game after another for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, so Astrobot, looking forward to that. Lollipop Chainsaw, looking forward to that. Funko Fusion, Plucky Squire, Dead Rising, and No Tree. There's a lot of good stuff coming up. There's even more after that. There's a lot of stuff coming in the next couple of months. All right, that's it. If you're still here and you watched the whole video, or even if you watched the very end, thank you. Appreciate you. It means a lot to me. I will see you on the next one, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.